Are you working harder than ever to grow your law firm, but still feel like success is just out of reach? Many law firm owners believe the next million in revenue is the solution, but what if that's not the answer? Welcome to Breaking the £1 Million Myth, the podcast for law firm owners who want a high-profit, low-stress law firm. I'm Michelle Peters, former Magic Circle solicitor turned law firm growth strategist, sharing practical advice to help you grow a law firm that's not just successful on paper, but actually works for you. Let's dive in. Welcome to episode 8, the Profitable Growth Strategic Plan. If you've been following me for a while, or listened to the episodes in this podcast, you're probably starting to think, this all sounds great, Michelle, but what do I actually need to do next? Great question. In fact, at this point, it should be your only question. And that's what this episode is about. Growing your law firm is exciting, but it's also scary. It's ambitious, it's overwhelming, it's full of possibility, but also pressure. You've got the vision, you've got the desire, you've got a reason. But without a clear plan, it's easy to feel stuck. You end up spinning in circles, working hard, but not necessarily moving forwards. You're essentially getting in the car, hitting the accelerator, and hoping you end up somewhere good. You might cover a lot of ground, but you won't know if it's in the right direction. That's why a plan is so important and so powerful. It's your map. It turns vague ambition into focused action. It helps you choose what matters most and ignore the noise of the world. In this episode, I'll walk you through how to create the right kind of plan. It's a process I use with every single one of my clients as an essential roadmap to the freedom firm they want. To create a plan that's not just a set of intentions, but actually results in outcomes, I use the 3+3 formula for rapid, profitable growth. This formula consists of 3 essential elements and 3 strategic pillars. Let's start with the essential elements. These are the what part of your plan. What should you be focusing on to drive growth? And then the 3 strategic pillars are the how. How do we take the steps that will drive growth? Today, I want to start with the what. What is it that you could be doing differently or need to be doing differently if you want more clients, more profits, and even more time off? The first thing we need to talk about is what you actually want in terms of results. What are your specific goals and over what time frame? You have to know what this is to know what you want to achieve. If we revisit the car metaphor, you typically get in the car because you want to end up somewhere other than where you are. So you're going on a journey. And as with any journey, you need to decide on the end point, your destination. Then you need to consider, where am I starting from? How far away from my destination am I? And then you need to plan the route, the best way to get there. There will be harder ways to go, easier ways to go, ways with more traffic, ways with less. Do you need help from other people for this journey? Do you need special equipment? Do you need training on something that you might encounter on your journey, like changing a tyre, a new language you need to speak, or a new skill, maybe off-road driving? When planning your journey, you'll need to consider all these elements to make sure that you get to your intended destination safely and on time. Well, it's exactly the same when you develop a freedom firm. You first determine your goals in the 3 key areas that will give you that freedom firm. First one of those is more ideal clients. You know the ones. They respect you for your work, they pay on time, they refer good clients, they write you good reviews, and you like them. You'd be happy to spend social time with them because you like them as people. These are your ideal clients. The second one is higher profits. Not just having cash available to invest in the business if needed, but money available for you to withdraw as a reward for the effort and risk of being a firm owner. And the third is time back. Claiming time back so you can reinvest it back into the things that you want to do with your life. These are likely the things that inspired you to set up your firm and work on your own terms in the first place. When you achieve your goals in these 3 areas, that's when you have a freedom firm, and specifically the kind of freedom firm that you want. And to achieve these results, we need to have in place the 3 essential elements of a profitable practice, which I covered previously in episode 4. Let's recap them briefly now. First, we need to be able to attract more ideal clients. And I say attract for a reason. We want them to be attracted to you and your firm, so you don't have to go hunting for them, they come to you. Attraction marketing is about having the right inquiries from the right type of client coming in whilst you're busy working with other clients. Then we convert those inquiries into paying clients, at the right level of fees so you can achieve the higher profit that we've been talking about. And then lastly, we maximize profits per client, making sure that they are as profitable as they can be by having them stay as a client for a long time, use your services over and over, and refer you to other new clients just like them. Can you see how these three essential elements work together? In fact, if you don't have all of them working at the same time, it's like having the brakes on. If you attract clients but don't convert them, you'll never have a good number of those clients who are more profitable. If you convert clients but aren't very good at attracting them, then again, you're never going to have enough clients to make a significant difference to your profit. If you can attract and convert, but you don't maximize by charging the right fees and selling more services to those clients, then you will never get the momentum needed to achieve a profitable practice. Can you see how I've taken the idea of do more thinking from the last episode and expanded it out into these three strategies for growth: attract, convert, and maximize? In episode 4, I showed you how to diagnose the health of your firm in each of these three areas using a red, amber, green traffic light analysis. If you completed that exercise as we went through it, you'll already know which of these three areas is a red light and needs your urgent attention. Your strategic plan needs to contain the right strategies and tactics to turn any red or amber lights to green. So that's the first part of our 3+3 formula, the what you need to have in order to create the freedom firm: attract, convert, maximize. Now we want to add the second three strategic pillars. Think of these pillars as holding up or supporting the three essential elements of attract, convert, and maximize, giving them strength and stability. I hinted at these pillars earlier when discussing the car journey. The first pillar is strategy. What are the details of the plan? Which of the three elements are you going to work on first? What specific steps will you take? The second pillar is skills. What do you need to learn in order to implement the strategies? If you're working on convert, maybe you need to learn how to run initial consultations in a way that helps a client say yes to higher fees. The final pillar is support. What do you need in order to ensure you stick to the plan, to ensure you take regular action to implement the plan, and that you consistently move forward towards your goals? When you combine the three essential elements of attract, convert, and maximize with the three strategic pillars of strategy, skills, and support, the formula is complete. You now have in place what you need to get the results of more ideal clients, higher profits, and time back. In other words, a freedom firm. All of this thinking is then mapped into the 90-day strategic action plan. Why 90 days? Well, 90 days is long enough to get results that will feel good and make a difference, but short enough that you can stay focused and see it through. But a 90-day plan can't be made in a vacuum. It has to be in the context of your longer-term goals. So when I'm creating a 90-day action plan for a new client, we always start with discussing your 3 to 5 year vision. Where do you want to go and why? Next, we set the 12-month targets, clear, measurable goals that define what your success looks like a year from now, and which, if you achieve them, will mean you're clearly on track to achieve that 3-year vision. Only when we've got the 3-year vision and the 12-month goals clearly defined can we identify your top priorities for the next 90 days. And we turn those priorities into your 90-day projects so you know exactly what to focus on and what not to focus on in the next 90 days. Now, the key here is that less is more. Many lawyers I work with are initially tempted to add loads of projects to their 90-day plan. And this is understandable because when they can see they've got red lights in attract, convert, maximize, or maybe all of them, they want to work on all of them as soon as possible. And within those areas, they've maybe identified key mistakes they're making, like not raising their fees or not maximizing billable time, and they want to fix them fast. But trying to do everything at once risks not only not getting anything finished, which is one of the biggest hurdles for profitable growth, but it risks doing things in the wrong order. Because it's not enough to do the right things. You need to do them in the right order. Otherwise, you risk that a change in one area of your business is actually counteracting another change that you're trying to make somewhere else. For example, if you focus on improving conversion rates before you've raised your fees, you'll likely end up with more client work at lower fees, your existing fees, and be too busy to take on the new work at the higher fees. They'll work against each other. So it's critical that your 90-day plan has both the right amount of projects in it, but also is clear about the right order to do them in. Once my clients have a clear 90-day plan, I show them how to break this 90-day plan down into smaller, even more manageable micro plans based on what they can realistically get done in the next 2 weeks, so that it doesn't feel overwhelming and they can fit it around all the other demands in their diary. And so they can relax knowing they just need to focus on 3 or 4 small steps over a 14-day period. This is a process designed to replace overwhelm with action and turn big goals into small steps, and small steps into a consistent journey towards a freedom firm. I repeat this strategic action plan process with my clients and for my own business every 90 days. That way, clients always have an update plan to follow based on what's happening now, and we can course correct as we go along, depending on the circumstances both inside and outside their firm. This is how you make progress. This is how you become more profitable. This is how you create freedom. Do you think this strategic action plan process would help you move closer to a freedom firm? If so, I want to share the same video and plan template that I use with all my clients who are about to sit down with me to do their first 90-day strategic action plan. I've never given this away for free before, but I'm doing it now because of how strongly I feel about the importance of having an actionable plan, not just ideas in your head. So I want you to have it. The template will show you the steps to create your own 90-day strategic action plan. It'll help you clarify your priorities so you can focus on what you need right now, not everything at once. And then the video walkthrough that goes with the template will guide you through the process, step by step. You'll hear me explain how to think like a freedom firm owner and how to plan backwards from your long-term goals so you can move forwards with purpose. Together, the plan template and the video will give you a structure to operate within. And it is this structure that enables you to create momentum. You can get access to both these resources at thebusinessinstructor.com/strategic plan. That's www.thebusinessinstructor.com/strategic plan. To be prepared for this strategic planning process, you first need to understand the challenges that your firm currently has, the ones that are slowing you down or stopping you from having a green light in the 3 essential areas of attract, convert, and maximize. So if you haven't already completed the law firm profitable growth score quiz, which is the diagnostic tool, that's where you can get this information about your challenges. So go to thebusinessinstructor.com/quiz to take the quiz before you start to work on the plan. And if you're unsure where to focus next, or want to make sure your 90-day plan hits the right areas, the quiz is the thing to do first. Then use the plan template and the video to create your plan based on what the quiz reveals. Pick one goal, start mapping backwards, and even a small step forwards is progress. That progress will build confidence. That confidence will bring results. Okay, we've covered a lot today, and you've even got homework from this episode. So let me recap. You can get access to the 90-day plan template and the video walkthrough at thebusinessinstructor.com/strategic plan. I'll also put the link in the show notes for you. It's completely free, designed to help you turn insights into a focus plan. Watch the video and use the template to complete your own plan. And before you start, if you haven't already, take the Law Firm Profitable Growth Score quiz to see where your biggest roadblocks and most important opportunities are. This will show you what to focus on in the 90-day plan. The link will also be in the show notes. Then use the worksheet and the video to turn that clarity into momentum. Action without clarity leads to burnout, but clarity followed by focused action, that's how you build a profitable, sustainable, and fulfilling law firm, a freedom firm. I'll see you in the next episode. You've been listening to Breaking the £1 Million Myth. If you enjoyed today's episode, I'd really appreciate it if you'd leave a rating and review. And you can discover more proven strategies for profitable law firm growth at www.thebusinessinstructor.com. Hey, we've rolled the outro, but you're still here. Are you looking for something else from me? If so, then here are my tips about what to do next. Firstly, do whatever I recommended in that episode, because ideas don't change things, action changes things.
Secondly, you could like and subscribe to our podcast so I know you like it and I'm encouraged to make more episodes for you. And thirdly, if you'd like to continue the conversation that I started in this podcast episode, leave a comment below and I'll reply. And lastly, if you've done all those things already, take a break and do something fun. You deserve it.